All right, we back again. Another week, another wacky, wild Wednesday, or we like to call it in Mike's language, Wu-Tang Wednesday. This is KC, and I can't do it alone. I got my co-host to my left, to your right, my man Mike, Illa Mike, Killer Mike. We got my man Michael Piercy. How you been, Mike?
I'm good.
Cool, cool. Um, so basically, of course, we ask this question all the time when we start our show. I know you've been running around and everything, listening to music in your car, or listen to music while you're in the house and everything. Shout out to your family and everything. What's the last thing you've been listening to so far?
Hmm. You want me to honestly answer that? Uh,
Please, please do.
what was I listening? Oh, I was listening to Alcoholics actually. Hip Hop
Oh,
Junkies,
okay.
Old Dirty.
Oh, okay. That was off of what's that? Liquidation.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good album too. There's a couple good tracks I like on that. Uh, I can't remember
Sadly
the
to
name of the
say,
song. Yeah, go
had
ahead.
their first three albums, but sadly to say, that was the album I realized that they were actually good.
Mm. Well, I mean, I think which is the one with Next Level? Is that Coast to Coast?
I think it was Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast was good because Coast to Coast had more collabos on it and stuff like that. They had like Q-Tip, they had King T, of course,
Yeah.
X to the Z. Ooh, who else did they have on there? They had some heat on there. They had some good beats on there too.
I like
Um,
the 21 to Over was the first album, right? I like that
yeah,
album. I love that
yeah,
album.
20,
But
yeah. 21 Over had Liquid. Mary Jane was on there, I think.
and Make
Yeah,
Room was on there.
Make Room was on there. Is the joint um, the AA meeting on there? Like,
I think that's
or that
no,
might be.
that's Liquidation.
Okay, that might be okay. Gotcha. I thought that was like King T. Like I'm an alcoholic and I'm late for my meeting. All right. Now for me, the last thing that I was listening to on my way here to the office, it was random stuff, but I was really on my Tyler Creator joint this past week and weekend. Um, let's see. Uh, Pretty much it was Dog Teeth. Shout out to my man Brandon. He actually put me down with that because I didn't know that Tyler had another album coming out. Dog Teeth is good. I've always been a Tyler fan. Their whole Wolfgang.
I never
Uh,
got into Tyler the Creator. It's not my style.
it's beats. Beats. I was more of a beats guy. Yeah, I was more of a beats guy. Yeah, yeah. I was more of a beats guy. So it's like, yeah.
Him, Chance the Rapper, I never really like. I got and I'm sure Chance the Rapper is probably not that bad. I just never got to his music.
Yeah, it's I mean, let's see. Yeah, but like I listened to that Earl Sweatshirt and the Alchemist. Definitely getting into that. Also, some Freddie Gibbs and everything. The Alchemist, like some good stuff. So that's what I was listening to like this past week and weekend. Um, also we're gonna keep it real quick with the sports. We're gonna jump into these albums. Once again, they just lose again. This is their second loss.
Y'all
You got
play?
smacked. What's that?
Who did y'all play?
um, who did we play? Let me see. Was it a? I know it was a game we should have won. Oh, we played the Raiders.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, we
I
played the
think I thought
Raiders.
y'all beat them.
I thought we did too, but when I looked up, it was just a bad day. It was just a bad night for the Jets. It was a bad night for me too. I got yelled at and everything. Um, got yelled at. Then the Jets lost on top of that, and the Clippers lost on top of that. And speaking of the Clippers, for those who are counting at home, I am a Clippers fan. I've been a Clippers fan since 1992, and as right now, the count goes to 5 losses in a row since James Harden has come to the Clippers. So a lot of people are saying, is it is James Harden the cause of it? Because remember what James Harden said at his conference. He said, it's not the system. I am a system.
Yeah.
Or what he said, I am the system. That's what he said. I was like, oh, okay, that's not. I get what you're saying, but to the
Not fitting
non-Clipper
with them.
fans,
I didn't think that was gonna work anyway.
I think it can work. I think we just have to gel. I think we have to gel together, and they have to go through their growing pains first before they can turn into like the team that I think they can turn into. But your Knicks are looking good though. Your Knicks are just out there hustling.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson can't be stopped. Jalen Brunson can't be stopped. That's Jalen Brunson's team now. It's no longer Julius Randle's
Yeah.
team.
I love
His
Jay.
team is like the New York Wildcats. That's all they are. The New York
I know.
Wildcats.
There's
It's
like
all
four
Nova.
old Wildcats from that
Yeah,
championship team on that team.
New York Novas or something like that. So
They got
but
Josh
yeah,
Hart, DiVincenzo, and Jalen. And I think they got one other dude, don't they?
yeah, they got four of them. It's like four of them out there. Yeah, but they're playing great out there, and they're just playing. They're not looking at like they're not playing the actual uh, name of the jersey or on the back of the uniform. They're actually playing like that person. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, they got no fear, man, and I love it. I love how I love how the Knicks are playing. Even though the Knicks smacked us, Brooklyn smacked us as well. I was really mad about that Memphis game though. We should have won that game, and I was mad about the game last night too. Like that's how I know we got bad luck because Paul George shot the last shot and it was a wedgie. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, boy. I was like, okay. I'm not going to turn it off, but I'm going to watch it all the way through. I'm a Clippers fan. I watch things through. So, but yeah, what we've been doing for the past couple of weeks in honor of Wu Tang and the Wu Tang legacy, we've actually been going over some of our favorite, Wu Tang members, favorite Wu Tang albums, and now this week, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start our segments with it's pretty much gonna be pretty much like three parts because we can get through most of these albums. But our first two albums that we're going to get into today, because we're going to go in chronological order. Since Wu Tang came out back in '93, critically acclaimed, global acclaim. So now it's time for them to come out with their own solo projects, kind of like the hip hop version of New Edition. So, so the first album to come out technically is really like the RZA, Genius, everybody. I'm not going to count those. But
Why not?
the first, no, we're not going to count that. We're not going to count. Ooh, Prince Rakeem? No.
What about Words from Genius?
Come do me? Okay. All right. I thought so. So the first album.
I never heard the album, so I can't really speak on
it. Exactly. You're a hip hop head, Mike. Exactly.
I only know one person that actually has that album. So I never heard it. And I can't get it. You can't get it on no streaming sites or anywhere.
You know why? Because if you probably try to get that off, it'll probably take down the whole system, like Tidal or something like that. So yeah, but the first album to come out, which was if I'm not mistaken, it came out in 1994. As a matter of fact, this was Method Man's first album. One of the first albums to be like they were wanting Meth to come out with his own album. It's like, yo, man, Meth's like one of the best members of the group. You need to come out with your own joint. Okay, cool. November 15th, 1994, Tikal dropped. I don't know where I was when that dropped. I don't think I got it immediately when it came out. Yeah. But Mike, I'm going to take it away because you are the Wu Tang master. So tell me about Tikal, and tell me, did you get the authentic retail or did you get the bootleg?
I put all my Wu albums were authentic. I didn't get no bootleg Wu albums.
Oh, my man,
Everything.
That's what I'm talking about, my man.
Cash. Some I paid more than I should have paid for them, but I paid cash for them. But
okay, your feelings on Tikal. What did you like about the album?
When I first bought the album, when I first heard it, I would listen to it on the way to school.
Okay,
telling you how long ago this is, but yeah, I was listening on the way to school. I didn't really feel it at first. It wasn't one of my favorites at first, but listening to it the other day and preparing for the show, I like it a whole lot more. I mean, the beats are still like you can tell they're still like that underground gritty kind of beats, but I like it. It stands the test of time for me.
Okay. Let's see. What were some of your favorite tracks on there?
Let me see. Let me put it up.
Okay.
I think Biscuits is one of them. Of course, Bring the Pain.
Of course.
I was hyped when I heard that track. I first saw the video, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting this album."
That was like Wu Tang Part 2. it was dope because, and I like that because while you're looking up the information, I like that video because it was on the damn SEPTA bus. That's what it looked like. It looked like a SEPTA
Yeah, I
bus.
know.
I was like, yo,
I have
this
a
thing
question.
is
I'm sorry.
gritty.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry to
Talk to me.
cut you off. I have a question. So
Go
I
ahead.
was listening. I think it was what PLO style. With is Carlton Fisk Capadonna? I swear, like he's on like two
That might
songs
be
on
one
the
of his
album.
names. It might be one of his names, Joe.
Yeah, he on two songs of the album. And I swear, like he was like he said Kappa on it. On it. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, was that Capadonna all this time way back then?
It could be because I mean, let's see, when did Capadonna? Because I remember he was doing a bid or something.
Yeah,
He came home, and I remember he came home around that time. And this is when the Woo was already to Woo was still the Woo was all together, but this is when the Woo were adding more members too. Like
he's
they
like
were going on.
from what
They
I
because
heard,
remember
what I
they
read.
went on tour too. Because remember they went on tour.
Yeah, from
Mhm.
what I
And as a
read,
matter
he
of
wasn't
fact,
a him and Master Killer like the original part of the original group.
they were part of the original group.
Yeah, but
Okay,
Master Killer I think was locked up, and so was Capadonna when they dropped.
right.
That's why Master Killer was only on like one song.
Hmm. Yeah, and then I remember like also too, and then this part is actually true because they talked about it in the documentary. They also covered it in like the Wu saga and everything, like on the series and everything. If you haven't watched it yet, guys, on Hulu, it's definitely a good watch. If you're not doing anything, if ain't no sports on and stuff like that for the fellas out there. Um,
But
but yeah, I remember they went on tour, and I remember there was a little bit of there's a little bit of like tension because they had to like get used to everybody else because they were like, well, you ain't really put no effort into the group because he's like, yeah, well, dude, I was locked up. What do you expect me to be?
yeah,
Um, but eventually they got on it because when you hear down the line, like in 95, 96, 97, like you hear Capadonna, Master Killer on a whole lot of albums and stuff like
yeah.
that. So now, you know what, to Cal, like I said, I would put Takal for me, maybe, let me see. I'm not going to rank him just yet, even though we ranked them already, but I'm not going to truly rank them. But I mean, Takal is up there. I'll put Takal up there. It's not better than some of the albums I already have on top, like Cuban Links. But it was definitely how can I say this? It was definitely people wanted it.
Mhm.
People definitely wanted to hear meth. So when meth came out, it broke ground as soon as it came in. Some of my favorite joints were Meth for Chef,
Yeah,
Release Your Delf. I Get My Thing in Action. I still listen to that to this day. Like that's like one of my get hype songs and stuff like that. Um, Even when I used to go to like different basketball tournaments and play and stuff like that, I used to actually play that to like get in my mode.
Mhm.
So I listen to it over and over again and just like say the words and stuff like that. What the Blood Clot, that's my joint too.
So
Uh,
Crazy was hot. It was nice.
yeah, that's nice too. You know what? PLO style, but not the album version. I like the remix.
And
Uh,
I don't think I knew it had a remix.
yeah, well, it's the same thing. It's just a different beat. Like
Oh,
there's a change the beat up. Of course, the ladies, of course, they love "I'll Be There for You." You're all I need to get by. Of course, that's their thing. 'Cause I remember when they used to come on the box. That's how old I am. They
J
used to,
version better, but
the what version is better?
the, the the I guess the remix you call it. I guess it is.
Oh, the dirty version,
Yeah, the one.
like brr, 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 that
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
or
I think not the
uh,
album, not the one that was on the album. One, I guess it was the video version of it.
or the video version. You want the video version?
I think I like that one better.
Yeah, the video version. But the women loved it. I mean, phew, women was, oh my God, look at Beth. He looks so grimy. He is so cute. You like this dude? He's grimy. He's dirty. What do you mean? You just don't understand. Because I was like, it used to be funny too. I used to ask him, like, is this the type of person you want your parents to meet? No, but I'm saying no. He just don't care. That's what makes him so sexy. What? That doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense. It never made any sense. Repressed memories, everybody. Um, but yeah, those were right. Now, what I liked about the album, of course, is the woo. It's meth. It's like, and you know that like Method Man was going to deliver. Like, okay, Meth came out with his own album. He's definitely going to deliver. Riz is doing his beats. They grimy, got your samples in and stuff like that, But I'm thinking, I came in there, hype, thinking the expectations of every song. I don't have to I don't have to fast forward and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Meth, I had to fast forward through a couple songs. Out of like maybe how many songs were on the album? Like 13 or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
13, 14. So I would say 6 made the cut. To me. To me. This is me. Not,
Trying to
not
think. Let
any
me
other
go
Method
back
Man
because
fan.
I think I got a little further before I had to start skipping.
Oh, okay. I mean, some of these, like, because I like the intro, like, what's the ish they smoking? To cow. I'm like, okay, this joint gonna be hot. This joint's gonna be hot. Okay, all right, I've heard this joint. Okay, that's one of those joints you got to kind of survive through. Okay, then Meth vs. Chef came on. I think I'm saying these out of order too. But then Meth vs. Chef came on. I was like, okay, yes, because Raekwon's on there. All right, cool, bet. We rolling now. We
I
rolling.
think the only song I actually skip is what's it? Mr. Sandman. It's not even a bad track.
Yeah, it's
I just
not,
didn't
but
like RZA's
it's
verse on the album on that album. So
yeah. Sometimes you know what? Sometimes with RZA, sometimes he will mess up a song. Sorry, RZA. Your beats are endless. You will go up in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame probably as one of the best producers ever. But sometimes when you just get on the track, like you start rapping, especially like when you have like these heavyweights on there. And I'm not throwing shade at you, RZA, because you're the best. Not the Abbott, but when you have like a Ghostface, Method Man, Capadonna, Raekwon, and you know and you got the Jizza on there, and then you get on there last. No, I'm fast forwarding all the way through that. That's why I'm fast forward. But on a
he was
scale of
first
1
on the song, so it's like,
oh yeah, so you gotta kind of just like it's like a nasty appetizer before you get to the if you get to the main course. It's like eating sweet potato fries or something like that. It's like eating sweet potato fries before you get to a cheesesteak. Like so,
like sweet potato fries though. What's wrong with sweet potato fries?
not over here. Not over here. It gets no play. It gets no airplay over here. So if you serve me some sweet potato fries, I'm not going to look at them. I mean, I'll eat them, but I'm afraid to eat them so that they don't taste so bad. But yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give to Cal?
For their first like official solo joint,
Mhm.
I'll give it an 8.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, I give it.
Or
I give
seven
it.
and a half. 7.5.
I give it a 7. Solid, solid 7. Solid. It's something you can get. It's something you can listen. Oh, excuse me. It's something that you can listen to over and over and over again. But after a while, you're just going to put it away and then listen to it later. Like you're not going to like keep it in your rotation unless you're like the diehard Method Man fan or something like that. Like you gotta have Meth, to get through your day or something like that. But yeah, for me, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Um, next album. Next album coming up. Let's see. Let's see. So
I mean, technically it's Gravediggers, but no, we didn't
yeah,
say we're not
technically
gonna
still
count that
Gravedigger,
one.
but you know what? But we can touch on Gravediggers real quick. We can touch on Gravediggers because this is when the box is still out, and this is when they went. This is the whole genre of rap. This is when they went through this rock and roll,
It was
like
like
zombie
horrorcore back then.
rap.
That's what it was
Yeah, like
called.
horror was horrorcore or something like that.
Horrorcore. That's what it was called back then.
Horrorcore. Yeah.
So they had a
So
couple groups like that.
what was the name? They did Live Evil or something like that. Live
Oh,
Evil.
was it Flatliners or something like that? Was that the name?
Flatliners. Yeah, the Flatliners. Yeah. So yeah, they came out with that, and everybody was just
What
like
was that
kind of
group that Feral Monsters in?
organized confusion.
Yeah, they was something along the lines of that too.
Yeah, they did that too. That was with ooh, was that their first? That was like extraction. Was it extinction? Stress
Yeah, I
agenda
know what
or
you're talking
something
about.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's what like stress. But this is when people were talking. It's crazy though, because you know what? Real quick, total sidebar. Like the stuff that they were talking about, like Pharoah Monch and them, um, that stuff applies to now, like PTSD and stuff
Hmm.
like that. The
Yeah,
stuff that they were talking about back then,
yeah.
yeah, that applies. That definitely applies to now. So I mean, extension level agenda that might have been before its time. Just people just never paid attention to it because it's like Pharaoh Monch. Pharaoh Monch is a little. He's just, you're
Like
probably gonna
Farrell,
pause me on this, but sometimes his lyrics are a little hard to digest. But I like him. I like
like
Pharaoh Monch.
Farrell.
I like Pharaoh. Pharaoh's up there. Like lyrically, yes, yes he is. Um, but yeah, so you got Gravediggers. They're horrorcore, whatever genre you want to put that in. So you got Takal to hold you over until the springtime. Springtime comes out. Guess who comes out? March
Oh,
twenty
dirty.
eighth. Yep, March 28th, 1995. I went to the record store and I purchased this album.
I
Old
did
Dirty
too. Yeah.
Bastard, Return to the 36 Chambers, the dirty version.
I don't
Bro,
know if I bought it. I don't know if I cut school to go buy it or I bought it after school, but I know I had it the day it came out.
I had it the day after it came out. I had it the day after because I see. This is when shout out to BET and shout out to MTV. This is when they actually showed some of the singles, like for your
Yeah.
video and stuff like that. I was like, and then I didn't know what the name of the album was, and then they had the actual, like they had
Yeah.
all the information. It said
Yeah.
"Return to the 36 Chambers," the dirty version. I was like, yes, I'm gonna cop that. And they were promoting them too. He had good promotion too. Um, it's funny though because Old Dirty even wants this album to come out for real. For real. They were trying to push him to get this album out, and he was like, "No, I'm not pushing this album out. I don't like it. This and that." But then once they like remixed and did the masters and stuff like that, it's like, okay, this song's gonna be a classic. You just don't. Like RZA had to actually convince him, like, "Yo, this is gonna be a classic, yo." It's like just work with me. But yep, March 28th, 1995, Return to 36 Chambers, the dirty version by Old Dirty Bastard, came out. Mike, your take on it?
I loved it.
Mm, talk to me. Walk me
I
through
was
it.
reading this little message that just popped up.
Okay.
All right, we got
Got
two
10
more
minutes.
minutes left.
Yeah, we got time. Let's.
Um, I loved it. It was like in constant rotation with me when I got it.
Mm, yes. It
We'll
was,
say like for the first time ever, like
mhm.
Brooklyn Zoo came out. I never liked the radio version of the song better than I like the album cut. But I like the radio version of Brooklyn Zoo better than the album cut.
Because of the sound effects.
It's just like I don't mind cussing in the song obviously, but it's just
Hmm.
like sometimes it could be a little overused. I guess if that makes sense.
You're right.
Like if I'm watching a movie, they got like for example, what movie did I watch? And it was just felt like they were just cussing just to cuss. I think it was Spiral, the Jigsaw movie, the Saw
Okay.
movie, Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I think that was it. Like you just saying cuss words just because you can.
Right. Right. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah. So, favorite tracks on there?
Um, so now I gotta go look it up. I can't think of the names of them.
I know Brooklyn's definitely. I
Yeah,
hope
Brooklyn Zoo, the radio cut. Yeah.
better be on there.
I like Brooklyn Zoo too. It was on there.
Yes. Yes. He went to Kansas, but went to Texas, but forgot the chainsaw. Amateur, bitch, man. What's the amateur? Mhm.
Um, here we go. Of course, Shimmy Shimmy. I like that.
Of course, of course.
I like most of the tracks on here.
Mm.
I think
Okay.
maybe like Raw Hop might be like my favorite one on there.
With Method Man? Is Method Man on there? Yeah, keep it down. All hot. What did you like about the album? What was some of your good takes from the album? Because to me,
And
I don't really
see,
think I have anything bad to say about the album.
me either. Like
Yeah.
I think like really you can tell really got more like better equipment to do the production. It was more clearer, it was more mastered. The beats were sharper.
Yeah, it's kind of like with that album because that album was like so out of the box, yo. That thing was just that thing was just everywhere. Um, you know,
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna leave leave the camera for a second. I'll be back. You can carry on and pick up where you
yeah, go
leave
ahead.
off.
I'll go over it. I'll just keep that for you. Yeah, one thing everybody about the old dirty album, like that album for sure was just like it was just it was just out the box. It's like it's not what you're used to, and I think that Old Dirty actually set the precedent, for some of these other albums for people to express themselves, like the Tyler the Creators, the Kanye West, um, to actually artistically, be themselves, to be original. That's why Old Dirty, that's why they call him the Old Dirty Bastard because there's no father to his style, and to me, I think that album was a certified classic. I know it's like, it got a lot of criticism for being not a like technical rap album, but to me it was. It covered everything. It had, the storytelling, it had lyricism, it had, like your call to arms song, it had your hype song. Then it had your even had a couple, dedication songs on there too, quite as kept. If you actually, you actually listen carefully, they actually have quite a few songs on there. Intros are good. The skits are good on there. I'm surprised why I didn't get like when we used to read the source or double XL. I'm surprised it didn't get 5 mics in the source. Maybe it did. Maybe it might have got like 4 out of 5. But yeah, some of my favorite songs on that album, of course, like the intro. It is kind of like really, I have really nothing bad to say about this album. It's kind of like what did I love about this album? What did I like about this album? So, of course, I love the intro. That was one of my favorite joints on there. Intro, Shimmy Shimmy Ya, Baby Come On, Brooklyn Zoo, one of my favorite. Baby Come On was my joint because that thing just gets you hype. Rawhide, of course, with Method Man. You want to just talk lyricism, and then what I love about love about that song is like Old Dirty is like literally holding his own with that. Like he's holding his own with Meth because it then like the beat and I just love the different styles coming together. Like Old Dirty's offbeat on beat to Method Man's cadence.
Yeah.
Like his Method Man stays on beat with his cadence. I've never seen Method Man go off beat. Uh, the stomp, of course, going down.
Not to mention
Now,
Snakes had a good RZA version.
Snakes, yep. Yep, Snakes is good. The Drunk Game, Sweet Sugar Pie. Even the bonus tracks were banging. Like
Yeah.
Harlem World, when it's just like a 6 minute joint, he's just going off on a tangent somewhere. Um, yeah, that album did that get like because we were still reading the source back then. So did that get 5 mics in the source, or did I got like maybe 4 or something like that?
I don't remember.
I'm sure I got 4 because that album was like totally off the cuff.
And I know I
Like,
give Drake lot of, lot of stuff about his singing, but I
mhm.
would buy a Dirty album if he was just singing on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, seriously. I think I was just talking while you were off stage. I was just talking. I'll just repeat it again. Like what I love about that Old Dirty album was like Old Dirty was just like super original. Like he didn't change anything. He was just Old Dirty. Like RZA
Yeah.
told him to go to the studio, yo, just do you, man. Do what you do. He's like, well, I can't rap like Beth and Ray and stuff like that. And RZA was like, yo, man, just be Old Dirty.
Yeah.
Do what you do. Make it a story. Make it like what you've been through, stuff like that. Like going down. Like I don't recommend the kids listen to it, but listen. I remember when I first heard that joint, I was like, "Where is this? Oh wow, where is this going?" So it's like, and the crazy part, he was still rhyming. It was like it was just one long drawn out skit that he was
Yeah.
saying. So, but that was definitely a um, classic album. I still listen to this day, like when I can. Sometimes, like if I'm on break or something like that. And yeah, so yep. Now, uh, on a scale of 10, of course, we gotta grade it. Scale of 10. What do you rate this? What do you rate this album out of 10?
I'm gonna say like a nine,
Yeah,
because there's not that many tracks that I skipped from this album.
right. I hear you. For me, 9 point, definitely like 9.7. Like I would rate it a 10, but it's not like perfect. But I give it a 97 out of 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yep. So like so far, we got 2 locked in on the on the Wu-Tang albums. I believe next ones we're going to be going over. This is going to get crazy. The next ones we're going to be going. This
He's
is
in
this is
Raekwon, right?
we're going over Only Built for Cuban Links and Liquid Swords next up in our next episode coming up next Wednesday. So yep, we got a minute left, so I guess we should be just get wrapping it up and giving our shout outs. Mike, you fire off first.
I have to say this before we run out of time. I
Go
want to
ahead.
give a shout out. I know he's probably not listening, but
Uh-huh.
you remember Jack Frost, right?
Jeff Ross here.
Yeah, I met him yesterday. I didn't know that he had a restaurant up the street from my house. So,
Is that right?
a buddy of mine, he treated me to a breakfast sandwich at the Dollar's yesterday. So we
Mm-hmm.
went to the spot. He's a real cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that was him until like after we left.
Oh shoot.
Now like he sounded like Jack Frost. That was Jack Frost.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Jack Frost, man.
Yeah.
Shout
Nice little
out.
breakfast sandwich,
Shout out. What you have?
turkey sausage, egg and cheese, and honey. It was his honey biscuit something he had. It was good.
Okay. Like a sandwich? Honey biscuit
Yeah.
sandwich?
Uh
Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm more of an omelet dude. Omelet,
huh. Yeah.
hash browns, some
Well, he
bacon.
kept bragging about the sandwich, so I was like, let me try this.
Yeah, make sure the sandwich is good. Because if it's not, I'm going all over the internet. I'm a blast you on Instagram. The
So I
sandwich
gotta
is
send a
terrible.
shout out to him for the
No
good
doubt.
sandwich.
No doubt, no doubt, man, no doubt. So look, we got a couple more seconds left, so I definitely want to say, peace out to everybody, and thanks for listening. And we're gonna see you next week. We're
I'm
covering
gonna
Cuban
say
links with swords.
I'm gonna